All right, so check it. Here we are. This is actually my first interview of the entire year, which is absolutely wild to me with all the bands that have got hooking up on tours right now. My man Dan from Disturbed. What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing great. What's up with you, man? How's it going?
Oh man, I'm just it's a little cold here, but other than that, we're making it through, brother.
Yeah, good,
You
good.
know what I mean?
It's
So
kind
of
of mild
course,
here in Chicago. It's not too bad considering this time of year.
how was last week terrible for you guys?
It's this weather is pretty bipolar. It could
Yeah.
be freezing one day and then 40 degrees warmer the next day. It's nuts.
Yeah, absolutely wild. All right, so I feel good though because we've had the same weather then. That's all right then.
Yeah.
So, of course, you guys heading back out on tour. You announced this week the Take Back Your Life tour, August 12th here in Syracuse at the Stamp, which you guys were here the opening year of the Stamp with Breaking Benjamin that year, and you'll be here back this year, man.
Yeah, I mean it's a long time coming. Obviously, that was our last real proper tour since pre-COVID.
Yep.
So we're excited to finally be back. We've only done a handful of shows and festivals last year and maybe only like 5 in 2021. So to be back out and do a full-blown tour, we're really excited about it.
Back out, new album, all the goods, baby, all the goods.
That's right. So we're just exciting. We're excited about this album finally, to be able to, it's almost about a year ago to the day of entering the studio to start the recording process for this album. So just happy about the new material. Can't wait to get out and play some of this for the first time live.
So do you guys go back in and look at old stage setups when you guys are setting up a stage for this, or do you just completely revamp everything and go?
We're definitely looking at some new fresh ideas. We're talking with a production, stage designer, and just trying to get ideas to come out with something that's going to be fresh and exciting. And we always like to try to have some kind of production, give a bit of a visual show as well. So we're just trying to determine like how much of that, and then that on top of just the catalog of songs that we've had for over a couple decades now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Between us and Breaking Benjamin, there's quite a lot of hits between
Yep.
the two of us that the fans are going to be getting night after night.
How do you sit and just decipher? And I think this is for a lot of bands that have been around as long as you guys have, where you go, all right, I don't really want to play that song anymore. Or you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, obviously, some of those staples are going to be there, of course, with Down with Sickness and Stupefy and Sound of Silence and that. But it's really up to us, so it gets challenging because we have written over 100 and something, 150 songs together, whatever it's been. So yeah, there's times where I'm like, man, we should, bring back certain songs that we haven't played in a while. So we'll probably get a few of those audibles that will start changing up the set a little bit here and there, just so we could dig on some of those deeper tracks.
Yeah.
Give the fans some variety every now and then.
Are you surprised that Sound of Silence did as well as it did?
No, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I think it's probably at like 800 million views.
Absolutely insane. Yeah.
On YouTube, on the video of it. Yeah, that's lightning in a bottle there. That doesn't happen too often. But as far as the song itself and our interpretation of it, I had a pretty good vision of where I wanted to go with it, musically, and where I wanted to try to push David to take his vocals with it. So it was experimental. And I think at the time when we were doing it, the guys kind of gave me the ball to run with it and said, look, the first thought was, well, it's a slow folk song, so we got to go heavy with it. That was kind of what everybody would expect. And I just thought that we would really challenge ourselves if we kept it slow. And that was trying to explain to the guys when they're like, well, how do we make it different if it's still slow? And I'm like, well, we could put the Disturbed stamp on it by making it a little bit more haunting, and it doesn't have to be, an acoustic folk song. We could bring piano into it and a little bit of strings and orchestra to it. And we could, just have those dark undertones to it. And obviously David's vocal delivery. And, it was really pushed David to have to carry the song vocally, to take a song that was so just linear and just kind of straight. The original version, as great as it was, there was no real dynamic through it. So we had to really experiment with it to how do we build the song to make some of those dynamics. And I give Kevin Churko, our producer at the time, a lot of credit for also helping guide David and push him in those moments to kind of build that vocal track to give that kind of a delivery. I really wanted to put David in that light to make him more vulnerable, so the fans could see a side of him vocally that they haven't seen prior to that. And once we achieved that, I think we were all it surpassed our own expectations once we finished the song. It was like, wow, we really hit this one out of the park.
Oh, when I got that album, I think, and that was like maybe the second or third track that got released off that album. As soon as I got that album, I heard that. I'm like, this is going to be a smash. They need to release that. I don't know why they haven't released it. And then finally it came down the line.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think, Paul Simon seen it, us performing on Conan O'Brien, and that was his first time knowing that we did it. And he got a hold of us through email, through our management, and sent an email kind of giving his blessing. I'm like, well, that's all I'm concerned about. That's the only critic.
Right.
I don't really care about any critics of what they think. We do this for what, to challenge ourselves and for what we want to do. But if there's ever a time where I was worried about a critic, is when we're doing a cover. I'd hate to get that email from the original writer saying, what the hell did you guys just do to me? So luckily we got his blessing, and I'm like, okay, the rest of the world, if you don't like it, then don't listen to it. As long as Paul Simon is cool, then that's all that matters.
There we go, man. It's good stuff. Take Back Your Life tour, Disturbed, of course. You guys, Breaking Benz, who've always do the damn thing. And Ginger is going to be on this leg. Theory, I think, is just in Canada with you guys, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a banger. August 12th here in Syracuse. Of course, you guys are on your 8th studio album. And what happens outside of you guys are going on tour? What are you doing on the bus? Like, what's happening there? You hanging out? You playing video games? You maybe working on music? What are you doing?
Well, it kind of depends. I mean, it depends. We pick and choose our battles. We like to have a few drinks every now and then. It depends on what we're doing. We have friends in so many cities because we've been doing this professionally for 20 something years now. So a lot of times we just like, seeing some old friends and that we haven't seen in a while, and occasionally have a few drinks and, do whatever. Occasionally, if we have time, we'll go around the town a bit. I like to get out even after the show. If there's a late night establishments that are still open, we go out and we try to mingle and run into some fans and, show our appreciation. We never took this for granted at all. It doesn't matter that we've been doing it and we've had some success doing it for over 20 years. We still like to mingle with the fans and just, show our appreciation and have fun while we're out there, make the best of it. When we're sacrificing being away from home and, families and kids and all that stuff, it gets tough. It's challenging to be away from them and miss some big moments at home. So, the road is our second home. Yeah. We make the best of it, and we get out there and then we enjoy it.
I love it. So before I let you go, when you do get out, are you a foodie? Are you going to eat? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you checking those kind, or what is your favorite place to actually get out in?
We're definitely foodies. If we're in town and we have a night off, we're definitely trying to go hit some good restaurants. We'll ask the hotel or some locals, where's the place to go and have a good dinner, have a good bottle of wine or something, and let loose a bit. We're definitely up for that. So if you have any recommendations, when we're rolling through town.
Oh man, here you're looking at Dinosaur.
I've hit that many times.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure. Limp Lizard. I think the last time you were actually here that I had a chance to hang with you was you were doing the fight or flight thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that they were like, oh yeah, somebody's got to take Dan to Dino or something, like somebody's got to go pick up food or something like that, if I remember correctly. But
that's usually on my list of at least stopping there and grabbing lunch or something. But that's for sure on my short list of places to hit.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Got always a little good food is always a good thing in life, right?
Right.
Well, good brother, food, I appreciate it. What's that?
I said good food, good music, and a good bottle of wine.
There it is, man. There it is. Do you have a favorite kind? What's your favorite kind of wine?
We're all over the place. I mean, I like a good cab. I like some Australian, like Penfolds or, even if we're doing Napa Valley stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
we got cake bread, dairy-ish. I don't know. I've become quite a wino over
Are you
the years.
snob? Are you a wine snob there,
I
brother?
wouldn't say a wine snob, but I prefer a nice bottle of wine when I'm out to dinner. If
There
I'm
you
having
go.
a good steak restaurant in town or whatever, then that's my go-to. But yeah, hey, I don't discriminate. If I'm at a bar, you'll see me doing some shots of tequila too. So,
There it
you know,
is. Oh, there it is. Especially now, there's so much. You're talking any kind of liquor. Everybody's into the spirits now. You know what I
right.
mean? You can always find something different somewhere.
Yeah, well, I'm Irish. I don't discriminate of any kind of drink.
Attaboy. There you go.
I can let loose. I could have a beer and a shot too.
I love it. I love it. Well, brother, man, we'll see you when you're here in town. I appreciate the time today. It's gonna be a good time to stir, man. Rolling through.
All right, thank you, brother.
All right, have a good one, man.
All right, be well.